Sports, let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Mathurin in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nuggets, in at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Porter is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience, it takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Jokic's screen. This one for 3. Brown's shot is off. Now the Pacers with it. Nembhard's shot is good. Nembhard's got his second bucket tonight.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls. They've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Here's Brown, following the score by Indiana.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
Yeah, you know, sometimes all it takes is that first bucket to get a team into a groove.
Turner, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And he is a load inside. Turner can back anybody down to get to his sweet spot.
And there's the whistle. That's going to go on Christian Brown. That's his first foul. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Adelman. Now, in talking about Tyrese Halliburton, I wanted to know about the strategy for him out there. Coach said Halliburton is so quick and such a deft ball handler, I think it just comes down to keeping up with him, matching his pace, not letting him get one step ahead. So, that's the game plan. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David.
The three-point stroke from Jokic, it just looks confident.
Halliburton passes to Turner. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Turner's got 8 points.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Murray against Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Pass to Jokic. Takes the 3. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark. And he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the Big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
Now Halliburton following the three-point attempt by Jokic. Here's Brown. He's covered by Halliburton. And it's the Pacers ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Kept alive. And Turner throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Jokic's screen. A nice shot by Brown. He's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit. It's hauled in by Jokic.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Down low, here's Watson. He can't hit that time. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. Pacers leading by 10. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Turner off the drive. Porter against Siakam. Here's Halliburton. And good that time. Halliburton's got 6 points.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Pacers out in front. They lead by 12. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much.
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg, believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. The shot's good from Halliburton.
And when you have Halliburton's size as a guard, you should be comfortable working inside.
And you look at this year's Denver team, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Here's Nembhard. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Pacers leading by 14. To the middle and stolen by Watson. Porter kicks to Jokic. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Jokic has got 6.
Oh, how about the touch there? And there are a lot of bigs today who can impact the game on the perimeter. But I got to say, Jokic is up there with the best of them.
Outside Mathurin on the wing, Turner. Left side, Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Second chance effort. That shot missing. Good defense by Jokic. The Nuggets trail by 11. On the wing, Porter. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the paint, here's Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Murray against Halliburton. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. And he lays it straight in. Murray's got his second basket of the night. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton. And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
Here's Turner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists now in this one. Murray scanning the floor. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Pass to Watson. Murray against Halliburton. The kick out to Porter. Clock at 4. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Indiana. They've led by as many as 14 points. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Turner with a screen for Halliburton. Out to Turner. Over Watson. And that one goes long. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Brown the pass to Jokic. There's the triple. The rebound by Turner. Indiana leading by 11. To the middle. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Brown the pass to Jokic. From deep three-point land. Another miss by Jokic. And so it's Indiana looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. A fantastic game from Miles Turner in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Aaron Gordon out there with Sharge. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Drawther in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. McConnell passes to Nesmith. It's deflected. Here's Najee. Nesmith covering. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Westbrook passes to Najee. Back to Westbrook. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Here's Nesmith. And it's off from 3-point range. The Nuggets trail by 15. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him.
Pass to Bryant. And the dunk by Bryant.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Westbrook has an exceptional talent for creating for his guys. He sets them up, and boy, they are knocking them down.
And it's good for 2.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally, I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Stolen by Westbrook. Fast break, here they come. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Now, here's Toppin. Guarded closer. Pass to Shepard. Toppin sets a screen for Shepard. And it's Toppin, that time on the assist from Shepard. Toppin's got his second bucket of the night. McConnell against Westbrook. Here's Strother. Here's the three. It's not going to go for him. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Pacers shoot their second and third free throws tonight. And he makes the first.
At the line for the Pacers, T.J. McConnell. 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. The Nuggets trail by 14. Here's Westbrook. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first.
And one thing about Westbrook, he does not have a quiet presence. You know he's out there at every moment, and his production speaks volumes.
Here's Toppin. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Toppin's got 6 here in this quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Westbrook, no good. Pacers leading by 15. Puts up a 3. They get the rebound. Here's Toppin. And Bryant kicks to Toppin. Left side, Bryant. Pass to McConnell. Fires the 3. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. Here's Shepard. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
5 seconds left to play here in the third. For 3, Murray. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Indiana. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pacers leading by 15. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard. And finished off by Siakam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Nembhard. He's covered by Murray. Turner with a screen on Porter. Siakam for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. It's stolen by Mathurin. And And finished off by Halliburton.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Pacers leading by 19. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. No good on the triple. And it's Watson with the ball for the Nuggets. Here's Brown, and that one is stuffed right through.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Halliburton for three. And Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Brown. Hard covering. Ball's knocked loose. Mathurin with the ball. 14 feet away. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. The Nuggets trail by 17. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Pass to Jokic. There's the triple. Siakam pulls it in.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Outside Mathurin. Out to Turner. Shot clock at 5. Halliburton outside. It's stolen by Watson. Pass to Brown. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Inside, and finished off by Siakam.
Oh, nice timing on the alley-oop. This is the chemistry Siakam has with his teammates.
Jokic with his screen on Halliburton. Pass to Jokic. Launches it. And Jokic is good on the three.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Nembhard. He's covered by Murray. Now Nembhard. Clock at 6. Mathurin with a screen on Murray. Shot from the wing. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Tries to keep it alive. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Indiana.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Miles Turner.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Halliburton passes to Turner. Cranes the 19-footer.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, the rebounding battle tells the story. There's a big gap between them right now.
Fires away from way outside. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no
welcome to two. Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. And for Denver, pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Michael Porter out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at center, locking down the middle. And it's Fox with the jam.
Look at Fox get up. Okay, I see you flexing on him.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve.
Now here's Wembanyama. Pass to Barnes. Launches a 3. Jokic grabs the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on De'Aaron Fox. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
Jokic, and a foul called on the way up. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
The pick is under review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the draw.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the official.
Powerful.
Yes!
Yeah, just a vicious slam from Castle. You know, I have a feeling we'll see a few more of those over the next few years.
Back to Murray. Pass to Brown. For 3. Vassell with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Fox deciding where to go with it. Unloads. And again, it's San Antonio converting.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Murray passes to Brown. Back to Murray. Fires the 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
You have to watch Murray closely at the perimeter. He won't hesitate to flex his range.
Fox outside. Pass to Castle. 3-pointer. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Castle's got his second basket on the night.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And it's good for 2.
And Fox is so slick with the handles. I love watching him show off like this.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Brown. Pass to Jokic. 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Rebound by San Antonio.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Jokic with a screen on Vassell. Murray from outside. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Fox. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Nuggets trail by 8. Murray deciding where to go with it. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Up top, Barnes. He's guarded by Porter. Here's Fox. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Man, the defender really went after him.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And both free throws good for Fox. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Murray. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And as we conclude the first quarter, a 1. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, before we move on, what do you think about the Spurs at this point?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. Brown passes to Murray. Three-pointer. To the right side. Here's Brown. That three's off the mark. San Antonio leading by 10. Inside. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Outside Murray. Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Throw it down. Oh, and he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, explosive move. Sometimes Murray doesn't get enough credit for his athleticism.
Here's Fox with the drive, and it's Fox with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Murray passes to Brown. From behind the arc, he drops it from range. Brown's got 6.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Outside Wembanyama. Oh, a great flush from Wemby.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A. It's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
De'Aaron Fox taking it right to the rim.
We've seen Fox take over games before. Only takes a few shots to go, and then this man is feeling it.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Fox. And the shot goes. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Murray against Vassell. And he's going for the lob. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Athletic finish by Castle, getting up to meet the lob and throwing it down.
Jokic with a screen on Fox. Down low. Oh, stop it in there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity to 3-point play. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end, showing how athletic he is. When Castle sees room for takeoff, he jumps all over it.
Shakes him. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Watson. Three-pointer, no good. San Antonio leading by 14. Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
Murray, no good.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Barnes passes to Fox. Soft touch off the glass. Fox has got 8 points here in the quarter.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
And again, it's Denver missing. San Antonio has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Vassell. Off target from three-point range. Here's Brown. Give him 8 points now. Jokic the screen. Connects from downtown. Brown's got 11. 5 ticks left in the first half of this game. Three-pointer, Fox. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Spurs out in front, up by 16. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boy, it's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shot within the flow of the offense.
They've got Russell Westbrook, Zeke Naji out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Aaron Gordon, and it's Strother in at the two-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. There's the screen by Johnson. Here's a three from Paul. It's rebounded by Naji. Nuggets trail by 16. Westbrook taking his time here. And he lobs it up. And Gordon with the big finish. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
You can't let Paul get room to shoot from downtown. That's a recipe for disaster.
Screen by Gordon. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. They swipe it. Pass to Paul. To the inside. It's stolen by Saric. In transition, here they come. He launches a three. And that one's good. Strother.
The transition three. It's part of the new NBA. And when he's taking them, it's a great shot.
Paul against Westbrook. Outside Paul. Pass to Sohan. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 5. The three ball. Rebounded by Denver. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't.
Oh!
Nice finish.
Man! right there.
Whoa, Aaron Gordon looking like he's in a slam dunk contest right there.
Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
Westbrook outside. The three. Unable to get that one. And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. Earlier in the game, they led by 19.
When you're out and running, this is who you want to get it to. Keldon Johnson has a great feel for how to score on the break.
Westbrook finds Saric. There's a minute 54 left in the third quarter. Throw it down on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
VA, the NBA ranks are becoming more and more global. Spurs coach Greg Popovich was ahead of the curve. He said, it's been a long process, but it's only going to grow. In the 1980s, when I went abroad, I was like a kid in a candy store. There were so many great players and people here in America just didn't realize it or respect it, or both. Guys?
That's a Hall of Fame coach who has seen and done a lot in this game, Allie. San Antonio leading by 16. Here's Champagny, still without a bucket. And there's the screen. To the middle. Here's Sohan. Off target with the three. The Nuggets have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. And here's Saric for three. Hauled in by Paul. San Antonio's going just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Ooh, the high-flying Keldon Johnson. Finish that alley-oop, young man.
Here's Westbrook. The layup misses. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. Here's Bassi. The kick out to Paul. 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Pass to Saric. The three is up. Jacks up a three. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. Murray for three. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got 4 rebounds in the game. From deep. Rebounded by Denver.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
It's stolen by Fox. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Castle for three. Porter pulls it in. Nuggets trail by 21. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Brown's shot is good.
Even though his team is lagging behind, he's playing like a winner. Too bad his attitude isn't spreading to the other guys.
Barnes a screen. Here's Fox. That's no good. He's 8 for 11. Well, the Nuggets shooting 34% thus far in this game. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. The shot by Brown, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Fox outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Brown grabs the board. Denver has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Jokic with a screen on Vassell. Driving in. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Again, the miss by the Spurs. Nuggets trail by 17. Outside Murray. They get it again. Outside for Porter. Puts up a deep three. It's not going to go for him.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Brown. He's covered by Fox. Boom! He jams it straight down.
With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Releases. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Murray. And there's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Wow, Murray making the deep shot look just easy. I mean, that's a real testament to his accuracy.
A 3 from Barnes. Pure from three-point range. Barnes has got 5 points now this quarter.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Spurs.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for De'Aaron Fox.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
Porter from outside. Outside Watson. A deep 3. That shot missing. On offense, here are the Spurs. Here's Castle. Snatched away. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Oh, Fox with a steal. Vassell outside. Wembanyama screen. There's the 3. Poke loose. Barnes against Jokic. And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice hard alley. Good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson.
like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position.
My goodness, how about that explosion? Halliburton takes off.
Halliburton against Fox. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Halliburton with it. It's deflected.
And how about the timing Vassell has on the defensive end? Superb swat.
Wembanyama against Turner. Here's Castle. Wembanyama, a screen on Mathurin. Castle, the rebound by Turner. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
Here's Castle. Emhard covering. Siakam pulls it in. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Now here's Barnes. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. San Antonio shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Here's Castle. Yep, that one goes in there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
We know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And when you think back to that Sabonis Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Here's Castle. Barnes outside. Castle misses. Indiana trailing here. Halliburton drives in. Turner with it. Now guarded by Fox. Back to Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Yeah, that's called positioning, and Turner has the verticality to make it easy.
Here's Castle. Emhard covering. Barnes outside. Lets it go from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Barnes has got 6.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
So it's San Antonio now. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. There's a good screen. Down low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Now, here is Halliburton. Halliburton slams it in.
We're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Halliburton against Fox. Wembanyama outside. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Nembhard, the pass to Halliburton. And he drives in. Here's Nembhard, covered by Vassell. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Mathurin missing. Spurs leading by 3. Three-pointer, Fox. The rebound by Turner. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
San Antonio ball.
Now, here's Fox. Wembanyama outside. Buries it from three-point range.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the 1 spot. That's the Pacers' 5. Spurs leading by 6. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. You can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all game long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. DA, thanks. And so Indiana again turning it over. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Showtime. Dance crew, everyone. Come on. Let me hear you.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. It's Wembanyama, top of the key. Here's Castle. Nembhard covering. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got the lead up to 10 now for San Antonio.
This is where we'll probably see Castle the most, creating opportunities with the ball in his hand.
And finished off by Siakam.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Mathurin finds Siakam. Left side, Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Over Barnes. And misses it off the right side of the rim. San Antonio leading by 8. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
The shot's good from Halliburton.
I mean, this guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Siakam. On the wing, Barnes. He has 6. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 8-point game. Right side, Mathurin. Mathurin with a screen for Halliburton.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Banked in off the glass. Halliburton's got 8.
How about that take from Halliburton? That's a big-time finish on the drive.
San Antonio leading by 6. Outside, Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And what the timing ideal. My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Siakam passes to Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And for a player of his size, Fox not afraid to take some contact to get to the line. He'll do it every chance he gets.
And he can't hit the second. On the Pacers' doors last season, trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
Here's Barnes, following the score by Tyrese Halliburton. Barnes can't get it to go. 14 feet away. Siakam's shot is off.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Wembanyama, a screen on Halliburton. Fox. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough. Having himself a night.
And here's Halliburton. 10 points for him. On the wing, Turner. Back to Halliburton. To the inside. Here's Nembhard. That one good for 2.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the San Antonio Spurs. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. And a chance now. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. When a team Doors is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Spurs ball.
San Antonio leading by 5. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Fires from deep. Nailed from three-point land.
For 3.
Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Chris Paul by nature wants to pass the ball, but if you leave him open, he understands he's got to make those shots.
Unhindered, going all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
McConnell passes to Bryant. Back to McConnell to stop the run. Trains it from beyond the arc. McConnell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, excellent concentration from Bryant on the offensive end, actively looking for ways to facilitate for his team.
And stolen by McConnell. To the paint. And Toppin throws it down.
The chemistry Toppin has with his teammates. Just get up over the rim and finish it with authority, Obi.
Paul passes to Bassey. Johnson with it. He gets that one. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
And nicknamed Big Body, Johnson doesn't shy away from contact, using that size and strength to gut through. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Sohan. Spurs passing it around. Here's Champagny for three. It's rebounded by Bryant.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Now McConnell. There's a screen by Toppin. Kicks it out to Bryant. Bryant on the wing. Drills it from outside. Now just a 2-point Spurs lead.
Boy, no hesitation whatsoever. Thomas Bryant, catch and shoot. Go ahead, sir.
Johnson sets the screen for Paul. Out left to the wing. Here's Sohan. Here's Bassey. They get it again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance. He saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. It's picked off. Here's Bassey, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
First team foul.
McConnell against Paul. Tapping a screen on Paul. Here's McConnell. Rebound by Sohan.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Paul outside. Sohan finds Johnson. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Goes up off the inbound. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Spurs. They lead by a bucket. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Mathurin in its small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now, Nembhard. Going inside. The dunk and the foul. Powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Into the lane, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Third team foul. At the line, for the Andrew Nembhard. One shot.
Action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. And when that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Fox passes to Wembanyama. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Indiana trailing here. Halliburton with it. Driving the lane to take the lead. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama has got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's Vassell on the wing. Defended by Mathurin.
I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Here's Nembhard, guarded by Fox. Mathurin with a screen for Halliburton. Out to Turner. Right side, Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and it picks up 2.
And using that athleticism well on the glass. Mathurin's unbridled energy is off the charts.
Barnes against Siakam. Launches a 3. That one misses. The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Mathurin passes to Halliburton. Back to Mathurin. Halliburton outside. Out to Turner. Over Wembanyama. And the rejection by Wembanyama. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The coast-to-coast dunk.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
Pacers trail by 3. Now, here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Siakam relishes the opportunity to deliver. That's a big-time basket.
Fox against Halliburton. Fox kicks to Barnes. Dunk by Barnes.
Oh, and that is absolutely monumental. And you have to admire the way Barnes carries himself right now. I love his poise.
Here's Nemhard, guarded by Fox. Vassell against Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Halliburton slams it in.
Halliburton just has a knack for understanding what his team needs, and that was a big-time clutch delivery.
Back to Wembanyama. A pass to Fox. Shooting foul as the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been...
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Wembanyama against Turner. Vassell outside. Clock at 6. The shot's good. And it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy.
Well, they've got two main ingredients. One, you've got to have a system that demands unselfishness, and then you need players that are willing to play unselfishly, and they've got both of those things.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Peyton Watson is out there with Michael Porter, and it's Jokic in at the center position. Mathurin against Porter. Pass to Turner. Halliburton for three. Jokic grabs the board.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Watson, yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up. Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Pass to Watson from deep. Offensive rebound. They kick it out to Murray. Jokic with a screen on Halliburton. Just 5 on the clock. Porter from outside. Knocks down the triple.
And Porter Jr. feels like he can drain just about any shot, including these corner three balls.
Well, Clark, you look at Denver's lineups. They have a lot of size on this team.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's kind of the polar opposite of small ball, B.A. I mean, with Jokic in the middle and a lot of length on the wings and in the backcourt, too, this is a growing trend in the league as I see it.
And so here is Denver. After the basket by Indiana. On the take. Brown. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Graham, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
The Pacers have gone 1 for 3 so far. To the inside. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Right side Mathurin. Plenty of space. From outside the arc. The rebound by Murray.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Brown passes to Watson. Here's Brown. Nuggets need to get one up. Shoots. It's rebounded by Indiana. Oh, and the fast break for the Pacers. And the finish on the break with the slam.
You're talking about a sensational athlete. Mathurin is so tough in transition.
Murray with it. Jokic the screen. Murray with it. Turner covering. And Turner with the block. All by himself. The finish. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Great job that time by Halliburton, staying under control. You know, sometimes you can get a little overzealous when you see the floor wide open. He was right in rhythm.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit, and I asked him about their matchup against the multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. He told me, quote, Jokic is going to find a way to impact the game. We just need to make it tough on him. We have to bring the physicality and be cognizant of other guys cutting to the rim. We'll see how their defense holds up, B.A.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's supreme court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill. Feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
Now here's Watson. 5 points in the game. Murray deciding where to go with it. Back to Watson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Pass to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Siakam with a screen on Murray. Throws it up high. Shot blocked. And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
Still Pacers ball.
6 to shoot. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Boy, that's just too easy, guys. Turner, a player you can't allow to get free near the rack. He's a great dunker. Bang.
The 11-footer. Knocked away. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Here's Nembhard. And a nice finish on the layup.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Murray against Halliburton. Now here's Murray. Defense is right there to stop the run. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The pace. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard. And those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
On the court for the Nuggets, Brown and Porter Jr. are the 2 and the 3. Hayden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point guard. Now here's Porter. Jokic with a screen on Mathurin. The drive by Porter. Just 5 to shoot. The 3-ball is good from Jokic.
Love the response from Jokic. His competitive spirit turned up hot.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5. Yeah, going up and finishing. Tremendous display of athleticism by Siakam.
Pass to Jokic. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out. Indiana leading by 4. Mathurin with the ball. Now Porter defending. Back to Mathurin. Halliburton, a screen on Porter. Halliburton outside. Turner with it. Fires from deep. Here's Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Inside. Turner. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's Murray. Power it home! Oh, wow!
And you know finishes like this get Murray pumped up. He's a big-time dunker off the drive now. He'll sneak punch you if you're not careful.
Turner, no good. Nuggets trail by 4. On the wing, Porter. He's covered by Mathurin. Porter, the pass to Jokic. Porter with a screen on Turner. Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic powers it in.
You know, Jokic is so hard to guard and screen and rolls. He's versatile and unpredictable. 2 of his greatest strengths.
Siakam outside. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Outside for Halliburton. And here's Siakam for 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Second quarter play. Almost 3 minutes gone here. Jokic with a screen on Halliburton. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Boy, Murray is a better athlete than he looks. He's actually terrific as an athlete. Have to love seeing him use that momentum to bounce up and throw it down.
Now here's Matherin. 7 points in the game. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Drains the triple. Turner's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass is coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
A nice shot by Watson.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Halliburton. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guard.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 5, and the basket is good.
He's such a creative scorer in close. Tyrese Halliburton only needs a sliver of space to make you pay.
Jokic the screen. From downtown, Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And it's Murray off the drive. And here's Jokic outside. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists now tonight. 19 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Here's Halliburton. He's got 9. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Miles Turner really making a difference here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense. That's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
They've got Shepard, Thomas Bryant out there with Toppin. Then there's T.J. McConnell, and it's Neesmith in at the small forward. That's the group for Rick Carlisle, getting going here in the second half. Here's Westbrook, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
That one falls.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they can win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
Pacers leading by 6. McConnell left side. There's a screen by Toppin. And he lobs it up, and a slam dunk by Toppin.
And the leading creases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Westbrook outside. Out of bounds. It'll be Pacers ball. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Now McConnell hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Kicks it out to Bryant. Pass to Shepard. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And Gordon with the big finish.
And Gordon is a guy who is going to take advantage of these drives to the basket. Just feast on them. He's got a killer mindset.
Toppin, a screen on Westbrook. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Down low. And Gordon with the big finish.
I think getting Gordon to operate in pick and roll sets is wise. I mean, he's got a big body, which can cause problems for the defense. And his rolls, because of his athleticism and good footwork, are terrific.
Westbrook left side. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Indiana leading by 4. Clark, when it comes to someone like Aaron Gordon, it seems like he makes at least one jaw-dropping play every night.
Well, when you've got that kind of special athleticism, B.A., you can do that. You can make highlight-type plays just by virtue of your activity and giftedness as an athlete. But he's become a heck of a basketball player, too. You always knew the athleticism was there, the energy was there, the work rate was there, but now you're seeing the skill develop. I love watching him work.
To the paint. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
McConnell outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Second personal foul.
Nuggets trail by 4. Gordon with a screen on McConnell. And he lobs it up top. McConnell against Westbrook. Gordon with a screen on McConnell. Westbrook gets the bucket. Westbrook's got 6 here in the quarter.
Just by nature of his style, Westbrook is going to draw contact, so he's got to be strong enough and focused enough to play through it. And he is and does.
Out to the right wing. And here's Toppin from the arc. Rebounded by Denver.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Bryant. Gets the bucket and the foul. It goes on Russell Westbrook.
Man, what focus. I mean, the hoop and the arm. Incredible.
Yeah, great concentration there. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim. Knew he was going to get hit and still was able to finish. And, you know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game. Always looking to bring the thunder.
Pass to McConnell. It's good. And the Pacers lead by 5.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Here's Najee. Here's the 3. Can't get it to drop. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the court for Denver. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Michael Porter out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home.
For 3, a nice shot by Watson.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Pacers leading by 4. And here's Halliburton. Inside, Turner. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist.
From Tyrese
Halliburton's got assist number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Murray against Halliburton. Pass to Jokic. Back to Porter. Mathurin with a steal. Halliburton looking for an opening. Siakam, the pass to Halliburton. Porter against Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Up and over Porter. Turner, no good.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Murray against Siakam. Jokic with a screen on Siakam. Pass to Jokic. To the left side wing. Out to the wing. Launches it from deep. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 5 rebounds tonight. Right side Mathurin. Turner with it. Now here's Siakam. And he drives in. Halliburton outside. Streak it in. Here's Halliburton. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Pacers lead by 8.
First step quickness that time from Halliburton.
Oh, throw it down.
Nice. Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
And the dunk by Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton, take a bow, young fella. You deserve it. You have been outstanding.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Murray's got 5 points now this quarter.
Jamal Murray really loves being the crunch time deliverer. This guy relishes the chance to make big hoops.
Turner finds Siakam. Driving inside. Shot from the top of the key. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Nembhard, defended by Murray. Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. Outside Mathurin. Pulls up. And he nails that one right through the heart.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
And it's Murray finishing it off.
And we know Murray can get it done in these big moments. I mean, he can be just fearless.
Halliburton against Murray. Now here's Halliburton. He's guarded closely. Up and in on the layup.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And here's Jokic outside. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 7-point differential. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
36 seconds left in the 4th. Pass to Halliburton. Clock at 6. Going inside, laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And now a 9-point Pacer lead.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
The offensive rebound, right wing. The drive by Watson. So Indiana wins it. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Broadcast of now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Brown and Porter Jr. Peyton Watson is out there with Jokic, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Spurs, up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at center, locking down the middle.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. You know, I can always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
Now, here's Vassell. 5 on the clock. Cancel. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Vassell against Murray. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. You know, Coach, guys who are really productive, like Jamal Murray, often have turnover issues. But you know what? He really doesn't struggle with that.
No, he doesn't, and that's one of the great things about him, Kevin. He can be that aggressive but stay under control and take care of the ball. Always poised. Nothing seems to bother him.
That's an added quality that you don't see with a lot of guys who shoot and score as much as he does. Now Murray. Following De'Aaron Fox's three-point attempt. Murray against Fox. Murray, no good. Spurs have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Wembanyama. Vassell outside. Outside, Fox. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
Nice work inside from the smaller Fox. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
Here's Murray. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Yeah, Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Here's Brown. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now, here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
A fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is 1 of 1. Hey, thank you for the report. Denver with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio.
And just playing well within the offense. Porter's not forcing his own shot and shows solid court vision and passing ability.
Now, here's Vassell. Scoreless thus far. Count that one.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Here's Murray. Good, nice job down low. Murray's got 14.
And guys, the hardest shot to block, the floater. And for a guard like Murray, you need that in your arsenal to be successful.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Murray. He's got 14. Makes it off the glass. 16 points for him.
And on the drive, Murray can seem unstoppable. His agility cuts the defense apart there.
Basket good.
And it's definitely been a shootout here. The first team that actually starts playing some defense may end up having the edge.
For three, Murray doesn't go for it. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the San Antonio. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, look, and whether it's a point-blank putback or a kick out for an open three, offensive rebounds usually generate quality shots.
Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's who San Antonio starts the second one. Count it, his second make in 4 attempts.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Murray against Fox. Vassell outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Cuts off the pass. And here's the fast break. Quarter outside. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. Here's Brown. Guarded by Fox.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed. And it's Fox with the jam.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Outside, Porter. Pass to Murray. Jokic with a screen on Vassell. Shot clock at 6. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Murray. Jokic just got himself on the board with 3 there. Vassell sends a screen for Fox. Vassell right side. Back to Fox. Nice D from Porter. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game. Out to the wing. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul.
Castle.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, Jokic with attitude there. Love it.
Vassell against Porter. Inside and stolen by Murray. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Now, here's Vassell. .107 left to play here in the half. Bucket is good.
And just attacking the paint. Vassell knows better than to hold back.
Here's Murray. Watson inside. Barnes on him. And another miss by Denver.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Count that one. And now just a 1-point Denver lead.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
We know very few players in the league, Stan, can put up points with the ease that Michael Porter Jr. can, don't we?
One of the prettiest shots in the league, Kevin. He's got great size. He's got that high release, and he gets it off quick. When he's shooting it well, he can take over a game.
And he rebounds well, too. He does other things in addition to scoring.
Well, that's where he's really improved, doing those other things.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough. Having himself a night.
Now here's Murray. 18 points for him. From the top of the key, got a hand on it. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nuggets, thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Saric. He's out there with Gordon. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard position. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
A nice shot by Sohan.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And it's Gordon missing. The Spurs shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Champagnie. Those three-pointers off the mark. Denver's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. To the left wing for three, Westbrook. Massey pulls it in. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Kicks it out to Paul. To Champagnie. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense on him.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Here's Johnson following the score by Aaron Gordon. Shoots the three. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. George, that's good.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Spurs trail by 4. Johnson with a screen on Westbrook. Here's Paul, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Paul's got his first points of the night.
So shrewd and elusive on the drive. Once Paul sees an opening in the defense, this guy goes into attack mode.
Najee, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Gordon for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Gordon's got the lead up to 5 now for Denver.
That's just poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
And really, Coach Van Gundy, the acquisition of Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets was one of the things that elevated them to the championship caliber team that we saw.
Yeah, Kevin, he was sort of the missing piece. He's a great fit in the front court alongside of Jokic. His athleticism, his defense, his ability to score inside have really made them a great tandem.
And what about his ability, Stan, to fit in right off the bat and make a difference?
You know, just about anybody can fit in playing with Jokic, Kevin. He makes the game easy.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And how about the urgency there on Gordon's drive? Pushing past the defense for that one.
Johnson the screen. Here's Champagnie. Denver grabs the miss. 52 seconds left in the third. Here's Strother, covered by Johnson. And that one's good, Strother. And it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Paul. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And how about CP finding space around the rim?
Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
High post, Johnson. Charges there. Back to Johnson. Puts up a deep 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Bassett. And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. We'll see if that fire gets lit, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. That's the San Antonio Fox.
Well, you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
Here's Brown. Guarded by Fox. Here's Jokic. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside, Fox. Pass to Barnes. Fires for three. It's hauled in by Watson. Denver leading by 7. Murray outside. Jokic with a screen on Vassell. It's tipped. The power of Jokic. Wow.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And it's good, 2 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
Denver ball.
Here's Jokic. And a miss there off the inbound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Denver leading by 8. And it's Jokic in the corner. Another miss by Jokic.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his work.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. He can't get it to go. Good defense by Wembanyama. Fox deciding where to go with it. From outside the arc, hands it from downtown. Now just a 3-point Nugget lead.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Here's Castle. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Drops in the layup for 2.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. They've led by as many as 11 points. Count the basket. Murray's got 22.
And the competitive nature of Murray making all the difference there, doing everything he can to rally his team.
Fox with it. Now defended by Jokic. Here's Wembanyama for 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
Fox. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Wembanyama against Jokic. Barnes outside. It's in! And you can feel the crowd react as one.
Guys, what a blast of energy that just sent through this entire building.
Jokic a screen. Here's Brown. The Nuggets with another miss. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Nuggets foul. Nikola Jokic. Second personal foul. Second.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And this is important for Wembanyama's development, wanting to step up and be a leader.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a two-possession game.
Murray for three. Rebounded by Castle. Vassell outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was
my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And now the Indiana Pacers starters. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the 1 spot. Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot. So you can't just lay off of him. It makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
Now here's Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Yeah, what a dunk from Halliburton. The defense has to push him further out.
Fox surveying the D from behind the arc. The rebound by Nembhard. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. We talked about this matchup here tonight, specifically what his team wants to do against Miles Turner. Coach told me we need to push him out of the paint whenever we can and make him a jump shooter and look at those results. If we can do that, I think we'll be in great shape. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Showing how athletic he is. When Castle sees room for takeoff, he jumps all over it. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Yeah, great play. Halliburton ferocious with the ball in his hands, using that long frame to his advantage.
Fox against Halliburton. Wembanyama, screen on Halliburton. Here's Fox. And that's going to be a travel.
Pacers ball.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Halliburton on the attack. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Oh, Tyrese. That is how you complete a drive.
Fox against Halliburton. Wembanyama, screen on Halliburton. Outside for Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Yeah, shot making, play making. Wembanyama can do it all offensively.
Here's Halliburton. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at and in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Shooting for Indiana.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many.
The play will be reviewed under NBA.
The video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Throw good. Halliburton. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And Fox powers it home.
Just so crafty getting to the rim. Fox runs inside, leaps over the defense for the easy finish.
Siakam, pass to Mathurin. From the arc. Hits the trifecta. Mathurin's got his second basket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Oh, and Turner with a block.
A ferocious shot blocker. Turner provides a sense of security to the rest of his teammates.
1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. And it's Vassell penetrating. Pass to Castle. Misses the three. Indiana leading by 5. And the foul called on Harrison Barnes. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And here's Indiana now. Here's Nembhard. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. San Antonio's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama, 7'4". Skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
And then Siakam with the jam.
I like seeing Siakam glide towards the rim, using his athleticism to his advantage.
Wembanyama's shot is good.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Siakam outside. Turner, a screen on Barnes. Pass to Turner. Rebound by San Antonio. Back come the Spurs in transition. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, and he can't make that one. 2 for 3 now, his first miss. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Siakam, the pass to Turner. And the shot's good.
Smart bucket by Turner. Use your length and score it in close.
Spurs trail by 7. Here's Castle. He's got 5. With 1 on the clock. And so it's Indiana closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to the... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, let me get your thoughts on the Pacers and how they're playing so far.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Nembhard. He's covered by Fox. 5 to shoot. Nembhard with it. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Fox against Halliburton. Wembanyama, screen on Halliburton. 3-pointer, Fox. Ooh, the triple falls for De'Aaron Fox. Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Pass to Castle. And there's the drive. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, just a vicious slam from Castle. You know, I have a feeling we'll see a few more of those over the next few years.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Graham, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Knocks it down from distance.
Much more comfortable from deep. Vassell finding that stroke.
To the inside, Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Castle for three, and San Antonio hits again from deep.
Wow, you don't see tons of those from Castle.
Streak it in. Here's Halliburton, and the dunk by Halliburton.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Fox outside. A rebound by Tyrese Halliburton. Indiana leading by 4. Nembhard, the pass to Halliburton. Rebound by San Antonio. Outside Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Catherine, a screen on Vassell. Oh, the sweet touch inside by Halliburton.
And good work by Halliburton, outthinking the defense and creating an opportunity for himself.
Fox, up top Barnes. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. Outside for Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. No good with the triple.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Nembhard, good.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
1:02 left to play in the first half. Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Pass to Barnes. Spurs need to get one up here. Wembanyama's got space. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. 36 seconds left in the first half. Vassell against Halliburton. Shot clock at 5. Look at Halliburton converting through contact.
And he has taken over this game. Halliburton looks like he's on cruise control at this point.
Fox finds Vassell. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. And so it's the Indiana Pacers leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a moment. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Second half underway. Here's who Rick Carlisle's got on the floor. Obi Toppin out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Shepard. Then there's T.J. McConnell. And it's Nesmith in at the 3. Johnson a screen on McConnell. Paul against McConnell. Outside Johnson. Pass to Bassi. Fires the 3. Indiana with a rebound.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Shepard. Here's a screen by Toppin. Oh, sweet move. And the layup is good. And it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
McConnell against Paul. Pulls it. And Bryant pulls it down.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Pass to Shepard. Back to Toppin. There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Neesmith. Bassey pulls it in. Spurs trail by 10. Here's Champagny. No points so far. Outside Paul. Jacks up a three. It doesn't go for him. The Pacers have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. McConnell against Paul. McConnell goes in. Blocked.
Yeah, the reach is amazing. Sohan will get his fair share of blocks during his career.
To end the drought. Knocks down the long J.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Toppin, a screen on Paul. Here's McConnell. Toppin outside. Three-pointer. And Indiana misses again. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for San Antonio. They trail by 7. Johnson with a bucket.
Showing he's more than just a shooter. Johnson inside.
And for the Pacers, their shooting has been spectacular. 67%. Just incredible. Neesmith passes to Toppin. There's the steal. And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
First team foul.
Here's Paul. Oh, and Bryant with a block. And they'll get another chance. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw.
Charles Bassey.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Indiana leading by 5. Pass to McConnell. Toppin outside. Outside Neesmith. Clock at 6. Rebound by San Antonio. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Champagny. McConnell with it, and it's Paul picking him up. He shoots. Nice spin off the left rim and in. McConnell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside Johnson. Pass to Bassey. Pulls up on the wing. Drained it for 2 points. Bassey's gotten his first basket of the night.
Unselfish to the court. Johnson looking to make plays for others.
And here's Toppin from the arc. Bassey pulls it in. Bassey's got his 4th rebound in this one. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. No luck on that one.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth. Just couldn't finish.
Here's Shepard. Ooh, poked away. Johnson on the wing. Counted. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Pacers. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. You couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Nembhard. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 5. San Antonio's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Pass to Vassell. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Double team on Fox. Takes the 3. Vassell can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 5. Now Nembhard. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Siakam. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far.
3rd personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Turner, and then Turner with the dunk.
Okay, Miles, getting aggressive and jamming it in.
San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Barnes. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Wembanyama, screen on Siakam. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. RJ with Harrison Barnes on the roster. A team can count on durability and reliability.
Oh, and don't forget about the veteran leadership he brings to the table. You can't underestimate how important it is to have a champion and a veteran like that in your locker room.
Haliburton outside.
San Antonio foul. Castle. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Outside Mathurin. And there's a pick. Pass to Haliburton. Just 5 on the clock. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Devin Vassell.
You're catching the defender off guard. Nice fake out by Haliburton.
Line for the Pacers. Tyrese Haliburton.
And both free throws good for Haliburton.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Fox against Haliburton. Wembanyama, screen on Haliburton. Here's Fox. Wow, the athleticism of Fox.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some pop, showing them off a little bit on that play.
Siakam the screen. Here's Haliburton. Kept alive by Indiana. Oh, Haliburton not backing down.
And this is how competitive Haliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
Here's Fox. And they pick up 2.
That is a huge shot by the lefty, and Fox is proving that he can be the go-to guy when his team needs a bucket.
Haliburton looking over the floor. Takes it inside. Pass to Siakam. Back to Haliburton. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam. Haliburton's got 23 points.
He can move around with the big boys. Haliburton not giving in on the interior.
Three-pointer Mathurin sends it home from three-point land. And now a 10-point Indiana lead.
and just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points in the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
The refined jumper of Wembanyama. You just never see that in a man of his height.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Siakam with the slam.
Yeah, going up and finishing. Tremendous display of athleticism by Siakam.
Here's Wembanyama. Wemby putting on a show.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Wembanyama against Siakam. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. This one for three. Rebounded by Fox.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Lets it fly. The Pacers pull it in. And here's Halliburton. Tipped away. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
And here's Siakam for three. Drops in the three. And the Pacers lead by 11. Puts up a deep three. No good. And so it's Indiana winning this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce.